And then the other part I hate like the most in my soul, don't do your research on me. Don't research me. Ask me what you want to know about me.
Wonder what pops up when you research Estelle.
You find,
and I'm here like, bro, like, when I talk to dudes, they'd be like, oh, so you know so and so. Yes. Oh, you want to know if I fucked him? No, I didn't. Is that what you asking me?
right?
No,
Basically, just ask.
Just right? I tell you straight up. I'm the girl who's
you know the
like,
best way to
this
find
all
out
that.
tell you straight up.
Tell you what you want. Yeah. And
so I would rather somebody come to me,
just ask me the question
and ask me.
What if he told you he was a fan? What if he's like, I'm a big fan of yours? Is that cute or is that like red flag?
No, it's not a red flag. It's just weird.
Maybe he really is a fan though.
That's
and
nice.
But you want your man to be a fan, don't you?
Be a fan, but also like know that when I don't have makeup and lashes on,
you better still be my fan.
Still be a fan.
Be a bigger fan.
Like be happy. Shut up.
Use your tongue as a fan.
Things like that.
What's up? It's Lip Service. I'm Angela Yee.
I'm Gigi McGuire.
I'm L'Oreal.
And I've been wanting to get Estelle up here for the longest, but now the time is right because the album Lovers Rock is out today because it's Friday today. So
yes.
Yay.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
We're excited to have you. Like,
thanks,
soup is fun.
I'm hyped to be here. Like,
Estelle is really fun in real life. That's why. So
it's real life. It's real life.
So let's talk about it, Estelle.
Yeah.
Listen, last time I saw you, it was a lot going on.
It was so much happening. It was like the remnants of the breakup of the next album after the breakup, and it was like the comeback from all the depression and all the craziness. You know what I mean? But like, I'm good now.
You were depressed after your breakup?
I can identify as that now. But during going through it, I was like, no, I'm good. I wasn't. I was definitely having a moment.
I wouldn't have seen you like that. Okay, so the guy you were dating, right? You worked with him.
Yeah, so long ago. I hate to even bring it back up, but
no, because listen, we haven't even sat down since then. I feel like
so. Thank you, Era. I was working with somebody, I broke up with him, and then I went and did my next album, which had Conqueror on it, and kind of was like pulling myself back out.
Yes.
Of that.
Oh my God.
So it's like me pulling myself back out of that whole rotation and just kind of resetting. You know what I mean?
Oh, so was Conqueror kind of like you conquered that? So you wrote it?
I didn't write it, but like I heard it and I was like,
this is it. That's me.
That's how I feel in this life at this moment.
Right now.
Yes.
It was like, I will survive.
Yeah, pretty much. Real life. I was like, I got to sing that as much as I got to sing Thank You. And it was kind of like the flip side to Thank You. You know, when you're going through stuff, you go through the pain and then you go through the resurgence. You kind of like, okay, I'm back.
I'm shedding
with it. Yeah.
Thank You is my karaoke song. Like I'll be in there like, I'll be trying. I don't be there, but I'll be trying. That's my karaoke. I'll be people in there be like, yo, she's really doing this.
Right. When you say that you identified like now as like, how did you know? What do you identify now that was depression?
Oh my God. Well, just the waves. The up and downness of everything that was happening to me in my life. I was like having to go on stage and be super hype and super excited and be Estelle, right? At the same time, I was kind of like...
It's really weird.
At the same time, I was just like hands everywhere.
Hands and mics. And
right. But at the same time, I was like, I go home and then it would just be me. And I would just be flat. And it would just be like, there's nothing around me. It's just me. Right. And then it's kind of like facing yourself, looking at yourself every day and then being like, well, am I bored? Am I boring? Is that why it happened? You know, like going through all the stuff in your brain and blaming yourself for it and all that stuff and then staying in for weeks at a time. And, you know, like I'd be like, no, I'm working, I'm in the house, I'm just enjoying being home. Meanwhile, I'm just
sitting in the house.
Sitting in the house. Yeah, I can't eat ice cream, but like I was in there eating ice cream. Like, what are you doing to yourself? Like, you know, like doing crazy things to myself. So not in a terrible way, but just in a sabotaging way.
Right. You know, sabotage.
That's so true, because sometimes when we go through a breakup, we think it's our fault. Yeah. Like you start being like, well, what did I not do right?
You do. And I mean, you're supposed to kind of like check yourself. But like, I think I went to extremes. Like, you know, I'm a Capricorn. We do.
Oh, same.
Yeah, I know. Angela's a Capricorn. So like, we overanalyze.
You know, it's still a Capricorn.
Yeah. Right.
We love Capricorns here on the Lip Service Show. Sorry, Gigi.
I'm a Gemini.
Oh, okay, cool. We like Gemini.
Yeah, I know. I love you guys.
So it's like a very we just go in our heads, and I went too far in my head, I want to say, but good music came out of it.
Right.
Great things came out of it.
How did you get even out of that though? Like, was it doing the music that really got you out of the depression? Like, what?
Yeah, it forced me out.
Yeah.
Like, I had to turn up as Estelle. So like I couldn't stay being in my head in the house.
Sometimes you gotta be like, I'm too popping for this shit.
Right.
That's literally the thought.
That's really what you have to say.
After a while. I was like, you know what? Fuck, can I curse?
Yeah,
of
I'm
course.
fucking Estelle.
We want you to.
Like, yo, fuck this.
We encourage cursing.
Okay, I wouldn't.
Slow down.
Wait,
If you sangria, no.
I feel like Ange says that to me a lot. Like I was going through a really bad breakup, and what she would always say is like, once you're busy, like really busy, like just throw yourself into working. Because once you throw yourself into working, it's kind of like you gotta go do something. You gotta get up. You got, and then you get to be to the point where you're too busy to even be depressed.
To even think about it.
Yeah, exactly.
The
to
B
think
side
about
was,
them.
I had that, and then I would go home, and it was nothing. And that's when I had to face it all. And
so you had no side piece, never nothing?
Girl, I don't get to do that. I don't get to do that. I don't get to do that.
There was no break this glass and get
No, my guy friends and my real guy friends, they look at me like, no, girl.
Not like
no.
You didn't have an ex that you could have just been like, this, come scratch this itch.
No,
you gotta get a fish or like a bird.
Fish.
A fish, a dog. Someone told me to get a dog.
See, I think a dog is a lot of work. I have a dog.
I agree.
I feel like you have to be like able. I'd be having to go home just to walk my dog.
Right.
So like that's why I said maybe a bird or something that could live for a little bit without you having to do
rabbit. Hamster,
a rabbit,
a different kind of rabbit.
You know what? Bye. Not a gerbil though.
Eager beaver.
Not a gerbil.
A butt gerbil.
Crazy.
What's not one of those?
No.
No. Okay.
I'm too young.
What about you, Gigi? You've been through some breakups, off and on and off and
with
on.
the same person again and again.
Right. How do you deal with that? Have you ever felt like you were depressed?
No. I did feel lonely. And I felt like even though I tried dating, I really couldn't like replace what I had in him with someone else.
Sometimes you try to force it.
Yeah. And even in trying, it was just like, it was more exhausting to go through the trials and tribulations of a new situation and getting to know a new person.
Right.
Which is part of why
you know how we'd be like, let me stay with this fucked up situation instead of getting a new fucked up situation.
My hunger put it so clear the other day. She was like, you know what? I just got sick of selling. I got sick of just being okay with the shit. Like, I want all the things. I want all the rings and all the bells and all the whistles. And I was like, you know what? That's exactly the feeling. Yes, I want all the wings and all the bells and all the whistles. Fuck that. I deserve it. I deserve.
Well, what was wrong, though? That you guys, like, what even was wrong?
It was just stuff. It was just like he was doing way too much. Well, first of all, okay, I go back to the star signs. I keep picking men that have nothing to do with me. Like, I'm an earth sign. Why do I keep going for airs and waters?
Okay.
Like, we have nothing, like, there's nothing to do with me, like, as far as, like, matching. And I keep going for airs and waters, and I kept going for airs and waters, and it's just like, what are you doing?
You know what someone told me about that? Yeah. Like, when you attract signs that are not, like, meant for you or like people that's not meant for you, it's because like you're not like all the way there in your head to be where you're supposed to be.
Exactly.
So it's like you're attracting things that are like
you don't
crazy.
Take it serious. Yeah, you're not really in the space. I feel you.
So you're kind of like doing it because I do the same thing. We do it to ourselves, but we don't realize it.
And then yesterday so in the morning I had that whole conversation like, what am I doing? And I want the bells and whistles, and I'm attracting the wrong. And then at nighttime, another one of my friends was like, we were talking, I was like, you know, I think I wasn't serious. I wasn't really ready. So now I'm ready. Like, I'm ready.
Right.
Time to get it, you know, like I know exactly what I'm doing and blah, blah, blah. So I feel like I'm in a way better space. But it took all of this time and all of the therapy and I use Talkspace. And, you know, and just questioning myself. Sorry, I do. It's really good.
Yeah.
And just questioning myself and checking my actions and the things I actually do, you know, and just kind of just resetting, like doing the exact opposite, you know, like that to the things I'm normally used to doing. So if I'm picking a guy because he blah blah blah, I'm gonna go the opposite way instead of saying like, "Hey, take my number." I'm be like,
I'll pass.
Yeah, I'm good.
You look at the red flags now, like you see the flags.
To the red flags.
Well, when's the last time you've been on a date?
Shit. July.
Okay,
that's not too long ago.
That's too long ago. I've dated in between. Don't get twisted. It's been a fun time.
Right.
It's been a fun time. It's been like the last album was 3 years ago. Album before that, 3 years before that. So I've been dating in between. But I've just been paying more attention to myself and what I actually want and my future needs.
That's why this album's about self-love.
It is. This album's actually about my parents.
Oh, we were reading that incredible story.
Yeah, like that to me is like peak. Like, who does that? You know, so their whole story is that they met each other one day and it was on some like love at first sight. 3 years later, they had 3 children. Mm-hmm. I was born like 9 months after they met.
Wow.
So like, they got it cracking. I was like, y'all disgusting. I just I'm glad I'm here.
Firecrackers.
You know, how about it? I feel like I got some like, and they're both fire signs.
Oh, wow.
Crazy. So they got together. They had me and 2 sisters. They broke up or kind of were separated by family. My dad was told that my mum got married. She hadn't yet. My mum was told that my dad got married. He never got married.
It's like Romeo and Juliet.
Yeah, real life. And so my mum did eventually end up getting married, had 5 other kids. We got to like, I was 19 and I was like to her, so what's you about to do? Because we don't like this man. We know you're unhappy. I love my brothers and sisters, but we're all about to leave and you're going to be here with him on your own.
Wow.
You want to do that?
That's terrible when your kids have to tell you that too.
My brazen 19-year-old Capricorn behind thought I knew everything. But that was kind of like her trigger, I want to say. She broke up with him. They divorced, I should say. And her and my dad, like around the same time, like in the same year, reconnected. My actual dad. He had run up to my sister and, not run up, but had driven past my sister, who looks exactly like him, in the street and was like, here, my other sister. And it was like, you know who I am? And they were like, I feel like we're related.
So he didn't stay in you guys' lives?
Well, he was forced to not.
Okay.
It was very, African families and West Indian families are real. Like, yeah, especially back in the 80s in the UK, first generation. You came from there. You run by the family code or not. You know what I mean? And it was crazy. They've since, obviously everyone's cleared up the stuff, but when I hear about it, I was like, I got some questions from my grandma. I got some questions from my aunties. What the hell? You know? But essentially they found their way back to each other via my little sisters. And they got together when I was 23, for real. They got married when I was 33.
That's crazy.
Wow.
So to me, it's just like that kind of
so
reopened.
33 years later, they got married.
Yeah.
After they first met.
Right after Thank You. After that album, they got married and like
Happily Ever After.
Yeah, and
did you sing at the wedding?
I didn't sing, but they played all my albums. I always felt real vindicated and happy and shit. Like I was like,
they asked you that.
They was hinting.
I'd have been like, listen, Estelle, you gonna sing, right?
No, I came in. We and my sisters had done a great job on the first half of the wedding. I did my mom's makeup and made sure she looked really pretty. You did her makeup? Yeah.
Estelle, if you was my daughter, you would definitely be singing at the wedding.
Yeah. No. Fuck this makeup shit. Get on the mic.
No. I ended up having to almost sing as they walked down the aisle. It was so many things, but I didn't want to be the star in the moment. Right, like that was, they waited their whole life.
That's like The Notebook or something.
Yeah, it really was. So it was a beautiful time. But to me, that's just like the best, most beautiful, like, this doesn't happen to everyone's story.
This doesn't happen to anyone.
Right.
Yeah. But you can relate to the idea of loving who you love, no matter how you love them, no matter where they are, and it eventually being what it is, because it's your story.
Right.
You know, and then it kind of triggered me as I was going through making this album. It kind of triggered me because I was just like, well, I've been living my life thinking, like doing repetitions that my mum's done, dating people that seem like my stepdad, and that's not who I am. I'm not my mum. I don't have 6 kids by the age of 34. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not her. I'm like, this person, what am I doing? You know? Yeah. So that was part of the whole therapy part. I'm like, yo, what am I doing wrong? How am I doing this wrong? Let me stop. Let me try something different. And it's just been an eye-opening, what's the word?
Experience.
You know? But I did want to honor their love, and I think it's a beautiful story. You know, and I think it's a beautiful...
What if you already know the person that you're going to end up with?
Shit, I probably do.
You think so? You think about that? Like somebody from the past?
Yeah. Well, we see you believe in second chances because of your mom and dad.
I believe in them. I just don't know. I don't know. I have. That's the thing.
How did that work out? It wasn't a marriage, obviously, so it didn't go.
So there you go.
Ba-doom.
It's terrible. No. I believe in second chances, but I also believe in, like, when you know, you know. And if it is what it is, you're kind of not going to do all the stuff and the rotations. You're going to, if you do that, it's probably more about you than them.
Right.
You know what I mean? And I'm just not for the stuff and rotations. I'm very quiet. I'm quite clear with my stuff. Like, all right, we're done. we're done. Bye.
Yeah, so no, like calling up late night, like, all right, I know we ain't together.
No, because it took me this long to get to that point.
Right.
Why give you a rope? I'll give you some years. So if I'm like, I'm out, I'm done. I'm out, done.
How much do you think your parents' relationship affects like how your relationships are today?
Wow,
a lot. 100%.
Yeah, because it's what you see. I feel like we emulate what we see. So I feel like it's whatever you was brought up. It's kind of like when you see a guy that he's like, oh, I seen my mother get beat on and I never wanted to be like that. But then he ends up beating his girlfriend. Yeah. And it's just like, because that's what he knows. That's who taught him to be a man. So he thinks that's being a man.
Exactly.
So I think we do the same
thing. Talk about
thing.
yourself specifically.
So me specifically, well, see, my mother, I never liked none of my mother's boyfriends. And like my father and my mother separated. My father cheated on my mother when, like, probably when she was pregnant still. So she left him.
And that's why you think all men cheat to this day.
I think all men cheat.
She doesn't trust anyone.
I understand it.
And I feel like my mother, I always remember her, like, having a real big problem with, like, liars. And when I tell you, I cannot stand a liar to this day. Like, it could be the smallest thing. Like, I've told this story before, but I met a guy one time, and he was, like, nice, everything. He treated me very well, but he lied to me about having an Instagram page.
And his name. Didn't he give you, like, a
he had originally told me his name was something else.
That's strange.
So, yeah, exactly. So, when I talked to him, he had something to hide. When I talked to him, he explained to me why, what, when. And even though I understood,
it's a red flag.
I was like, nah, fuck this guy. Like, I could never get over it. Like, that's some clown shit.
You lie about your name?
Who does that?
Like, name and
a different name.
Like,
the Instagram, internet exists. Like, I don't even understand how you thought that was.
And he lied about an Instagram.
And don't get me wrong, he told me his name. Like, when we ended up going on a date, when we met, he gave me whatever. But when we went on, like the date,
what kind of bitch is he?
He told me, he gave me his club name.
His club name.
His club name.
I was like,
my name is Tiffany.
I said, damn.
Right, but then, I don't know. I always look at that, like, you got to remember, these guys be out here lying because they have a whole family or a whole whatever, so they don't want their shit to get back.
And that's the crazy part. It's like, there are ones who don't, but because it's like, it's so in your soul and it's so in your energy, like that's what you attract.
Yeah, exactly.
And I hate that.
Exactly.
Estelle, you be lying about your name because you know people know you.
I don't.
Do you guys ever act like they don't know who you are?
I used to lie about my name because my name is so unique that there wasn't a lot of Kafis going. You know what I'm saying? So I would say my name was like Keisha, Karima, or Kristen. I would have just like a regular normal name so that people wouldn't automatically know, like, oh, I know her.
But then how do you say that you lied?
Yeah.
Well,
just remain.
That's the awkward moment.
I just remain Christina.
I go by. Usually it never worked out anyway. But anyway, back to, I wanted to say something about the question about the parents. Y'all know, you don't know this about me, but my father was married to his wife, and my mother and his other side chick was pregnant at the same time.
Holy shit. Well, I have a sister the same age as me too.
Oh, we're 16 days apart, me and my sister.
Same age, same year.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Crazy.
So I feel you.
So they were pregnant at the same time and were due clearly around the same time.
Yeah.
And to this day, he's still married to his wife. Wow. And he had an on and off relationship with my mother and my stepmother and his wife throughout my entire existence, as far as I can think back. So that makes me side-eye
all the scenarios,
men and situations, because like you said, when you're you're accustomed to what you see and you following those steps. So
it's frustrating.
It's hard to trust. Yeah. And I also think that all men cheat or want to cheat or will cheat. And when it comes to that, it's just like it's sad that we have to somewhat accept it for what it is. But I mean, what else we gonna do? You think they're gonna do what they want to do?
You think all women cheat?
I think everyone has the capacity to cheat. Yeah, everyone, men, women, has the capacity.
I'm not a cheater. I used to be.
I've been a cheater and I've been faithful. Cheater. Like, I can do both. Get you a girl that can do both. I can do both.
And I can be faithful.
I can do both. I don't have a problem with being faithful, but if I feel like,
But the problem is that you think that people always cheat anyway. So then it makes it hard to be faithful.
So I'm not surprised when it happens, because I was like, I expected it. What's new?
I had to like stop thinking like I felt the same way, like, okay, well, just prepare yourself so you're not surprised. And then I had to be like, well, man, what if I just started thinking, no, I'm gonna attract a good one who doesn't, you know what I'm saying? Like,
that's what I was just telling L'Oreal.
Because it's other than that, like I go down the rabbit hole. And that's part of the whole, like,
because how can you can't ever for real be in a real relationship with somebody if you constantly think they're about to cheat on you, or they are. Like, how can you ever be in a good relationship if that's always in your head? I kind of feel like until somebody gives you a reason to feel like that, then just be smooth. If I don't feel like
that, if you give me a reason to feel like that, then I'm not sticking around.
But if they've never done anything to you,
but what if they have? That's the thing.
If they have, then that's a problematic situation that they have to work their way out of.
But like, you give a second chance. You get what I'm saying? Say you gave a second chance. Now they're back. Now they're back, and you want to give a clean slate. But in the back of your mind, you know what the fuck this person is capable of.
I just feel like you have to set down the guidelines of what it is that you have for your expectations and what they need to do to make you trust them. And if they can fulfill that, then, because don't give somebody a second chance and not really give them a second chance. Then you shouldn't. That's not really a second chance. I'm not going to bring you back so I could torture you.
Not torture, but I feel like they got to prove themselves again.
Yeah, they
Even
do.
though I'm giving you a second chance doesn't mean I'm going to be the dummy.
It's like you can't discount that you're going to feel a certain way.
And they have to know that.
That's
and you have to tell them what you expect. And if they can fulfill those expectations and do what you want, I need you home at this time. I need you to answer the phone when I call. I need you to do this.
But then I don't want to be a drill sergeant when in a situation like that either.
That's why I leave him when I leave him.
Right.
You see, because it's either you do that or you have to tell them what you expect. Listen, my ex-boyfriend, when he cheated on me, I was like, okay, I could get back together with him. And this was a long time ago. We were together for like 5 years. I was like, and he wanted forgiveness and this and that. But I was like, our relationship just won't be good because I'm going to torture you every day. I'm never going to believe you. It's not going to be good. I'm not going to trust you. And I don't want to feel like that.
But you never felt like, let me torture this motherfucker for at least a month or two.
You know what torture is?
I know.
Torture is me not fucking with you.
That part.
That's nothing more torture than you could do.
But then I don't look at it like torture. I look at it like, no, this is really how I feel. Like, I'm not doing this for shits and giggles.
But it still is torture. Like,
I can't do
nothing make a guy feel worse than when you for real don't fuck with him.
No, that's true.
And when you are just like moving on, caring about your life, not posting about it, not being fake happy, and they have no idea what's going on.
But then you gave them time. You gave them the moment. You gave them that period of your life and said, hey, let's do something. And then they said, I'm going to fuck around. I'm going to do this. And you said, bet, go ahead on. Do that on your own then.
You had your chance, basically. You had your chance.
Exactly.
Well, what are some red flags that we should be looking out for then?
Oh, sheesh.
Like, what would you say now, looking back? These are some red flags that it's time to get on up out this bitch.
Let me think of things that have been said to me that I was just like,
you can always tell when the vibe is off.
Yeah.
Like, you can always tell when things have changed. You can feel the shift in energy when y'all not on the same wavelength that y'all once were.
That's 100.
You know?
You know what's another one? Like me, I can't deal with somebody that wouldn't take me to their home. Yeah. Like, to me, that's crazy. Like, if you're just like, oh, well, I'm going to come over to you or whatever, and I never see your house, to me, that's a little weird because either you're fucking with somebody, you got something going on, you live with your mama. You dirty.
What if all these things are wrong? What if he tells you straight up, look, my wife isn't going to really want you to come to the house?
That's the part. Nigga, no. If you can't be their parents or it's just weird, it's just strange.
Right?
We ain't doing this. We're not doing this.
The phone ringing late at night. That's a red flag.
What if he answers it?
If he doesn't answer it.
Okay, if he doesn't answer the phone.
Like, answer or don't. Ringing, period, after a certain time is crazy. Like, to me, I'm sorry.
Depending on what you do, though.
I was with a guy one time and his
to
phone started ringing off the hook.
Yeah. And what happened?
It was his wife, and when we went outside, she was out there.
Whoa. He should have answered the phone.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
What did you do?
I stood there and watched them fight.
Oh, God.
Episode of Cheaters.
And then I got in my car and pulled off.
She said,
that is just like, was the cameras rolling?
It should have been.
Damn. You didn't know he was married or you did know?
Yeah.
You knew. Okay.
I knew he was married. But they be like, oh, we this, we that.
We separated.
We just together for the kids. You know, that old thing.
The conversations.
You know what's a red flag that I seen recently? Like, I'm out a lot, trying to make sure everything is running right, out of sight, out of mind.
Yeah.
So, like a guy that I may or may not talk to will call me and be like, "Oh, you're always out. You're always out. You're always out."
Mind your business.
I'm working though.
Yeah. Like, are you in the house waiting for me or something?
Listen, to me, that's a red flag.
First of all, have you given me something else to do? Like, are you trying to take my time and do something else productive with it? Like, why are you worried about what I'm doing if you're not trying to use my time for something productive?
Right. It's a super red flag to me because I've come across guys that always try to like lock me down. Like, oh, well, we'll go together, or, why are you going there? So when I see something like that, I'm just like, I can't fuck with this motherfucker, guys.
Mind your business. Don't do. And then the other part I hate, like, the most in my soul, don't do your research on me. Don't research me. Ask me what you want to know about me.
Wonder what pops up when you research Estelle.
You find, and I'm here like, bro, like, so I go to my house, I party with the friends I party with, and then I do music and all the other business things. I'm not with the shits. Like, I'm not that girl that's like 50 dudes over there and 20. Like, I just do what the fuck I do.
Right.
Just like dudes, like when I talk to dudes, they'd be like, "Oh, so so and so." Yes.
Oh my god.
Yes, I do.
So they've asked.
Oh wait, no, and then they do it with the insinuation, the backwards, was it the back leading kind of
right?
And I'm just like, oh, you want to know if I fucked him? No, I didn't. Is that what you asking me?
Right. No, basically, just ask.
Just right. I'll tell you straight up. I'm the girl who's
know the best way to find out.
I'll tell you straight up.
Tell you what you want. Yeah. And
so I would rather somebody come to me,
just ask me the question
and ask me than to go and do your fishing and research.
Because they'll come back and tell me, oh, blah blah blah.
Y'all know how the telephone game go.
Yeah.
You're not gonna get the right info.
What if he told you he was a fan? What if he's like, I'm a big fan of yours? Is that cute or is that like red flag?
No, it's not a red flag. It's just weird. He said, I know you look at me in a certain way, and then when I take my shoes off and my hair ain't in my weave, and
like, who the fuck is this?
Yeah, it becomes a whole like, oh, okay, so I need you to put that expectation back on. Like, I need you to put that perception back on.
Because maybe he really is a fan, though.
It's
and
nice.
But you want your man to be a fan, don't you?
Not goddamn right.
The real me. Look, you know what? No, be a fan, but also like know that when I don't have makeup and lashes on,
you better still be my
still
fan.
Be a fan.
Be a bigger fan.
Like, be happy. Shut up.
Use your tongue as a fan.
Things like that.
Are you done?
What do guys do?
Not even drinking, okay?
You know how we take off our makeup and our hair and all of that? What do guys take off that we like, damn, you look
their
different?
sock out of their
their gray sweatpants.
They took their hat off.
Oh, they take their hat off. Yep.
They take their hat off.
And we be like, oh, okay.
Like, what happened?
Interesting.
That's how you got to date a bald person so you know what you're getting.
That's why you got to just
What else do guys
wear a damn
disguise?
hat? No, damn it.
How else do guys disguise?
Beards and mustaches.
That's it.
Shaving mustache.
A beard will make a guy cuter, like an ugly guy with a nice beard.
Bro, you got a beard now? Okay. Cover that face.
Makeup. Or sometimes vice versa. Sometimes guys look better with
the guys.
Look, the camera. Hold on, the camera guy.
They all got
the camera guy with the beard just stepped to the forefront.
Look at me.
Same thing as big sunglasses on women.
He got big sunglasses on women.
He defended his beard.
That's what we wear when we don't have no makeup on. We put the biggest sunglasses we got to cover our most.
Because sometimes guys look sad when they take their jewelry, their hat off.
That's true.
A watch. I think
they watch.
Yeah. They take their jewelry off. And they be like,
they take off their accessories.
So confident.
Ooh, their car.
The hat.
Their car is a disguise. That's why they try to talk to you behind the wheel.
It's always see what a guy's reaction and energy's like when it's like right close to the end of the month and there ain't no money and see what his energy pops up like. And then that makes him. Because to me, is this. I don't. Thank God I'm blessed. I work in a space where I never need to like be like, hey, can you
help me out?
Can you do this? Can you do that? Can you do this? Not that I haven't, but like just in general, right? But the energy around the guy who's like, oh shit, like I'm not too sure this month. That shit is either you're gonna love it or you're gonna fucking hate it.
Right.
You're gonna love him or you're gonna hate him, depending on how he behaves at that point in time. When
have you
like
ever upgraded somebody?
No.
Have you ever been like, I got you, babe?
Yeah, I've done that.
Yeah,
I've done that before.
We all have.
Because I don't know. You know, it's like it's not a thing. It's not a thought. Like the kind of relationship, the person I'm in a relationship, I'm like, yo, if I got it, you got it. and I expect the same back.
Right.
You know what I mean? And I'll say it as much. Like, if you got it, I got it, right?
Right.
We good? This is ours.
Us.
So are you a sugar mama?
Yes. No. I do believe in gifting wonderful things because I like lovely gifts.
Right. And I give lovely gifts.
I give lovely gifts.
Right.
Right. I'm an equal person. I'm like, yo, but if it starts to feel one-sided, then bruh, we good. You know, then it becomes a conversation.
We were talking about that whole, you saw the whole thing with, what was his name? Jeffrey Owens?
Yes.
Yeah.
The actor Elvin from The Cosby Show.
I don't understand what the fuck why did they're so trash. Like, they're so trash for that. Let the man live.
Right.
And I hate the fact that they took a picture of him
looking
and
crazy.
it turned into a whole article and went viral. Like, he's just doing his job, minding his business.
But you know he had to quit. He quit.
Yeah. And he actually has got a role in a Tyler Perry show now on OWN.
I saw an article that said that his agent walked into the flower shop he was working at. Like, what are you doing here? And I was like, man, that's so real. Mm-hmm. Like, agents are the best. I love them. And sometimes I want to be like, what do you do?
Make money off other people.
My management team are dope, but then there's and let me shut up. But like, it's very, I understand that predicament of like working, having to go and be like, well, fuck it, I got kids, or I don't have any children, but I have to take care of things. Let me go do this. Yeah,
I'm a responsible adult.
Yeah.
See, I respect that. To me, I think that's like honorable of him to be like, you know what, I'm just gonna work. Like, I don't care what anybody thinks about me.
Right.
But what would you do if you was in a situation where you had a man and he was good? Y'all were up, everything was great, and then he lost
baby,
it all.
You don't have to work.
I'd take up. If we married and we're doing this, like, because that's literally the reasons we're doing this. We're either engaged or we're married at this point. Well, then I'm kicking in.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's like, okay, it's my turn to hold this down.
But what if he's like, I'm a man and like I want to work?
I'll go to work, but like I'm gonna hold it. Whatever you have to do, bro.
It's not funny. Sorry.
Get some tips, babe. You bag them groceries better than everybody.
You're like, nah,
you put them eggs in a separate bag on top.
See how you can get see how you can get into freaking online. I'm gonna be there thinking about how you can make this bigger than it is. I'm the girl that's gonna give you the ideas, because men don't ever like to be told do this, do that.
Yeah. You gotta make them think it's their idea.
It's their idea.
So, babe, what you think about?
You can't
Don't
never
you
tell
like
them.
like
Don't you have to be like, you know what? You're great at. And then they have to feel like, you know what, you're right. And you'd be like, yep. You gotta let guys think they came up with it on their own.
Oh my
but he did say he was doing it because the hours were flexible and he wanted to still be able to go on auditions.
That makes sense.
And do all of that. So
it's like there's people that have committed, especially in arts, you committed your life to a certain thing. It's not a given that this is going to happen. We get my team talk, we get our money in lump sums. So you either have to make that go, or you have to like figure out other things in between.
Yeah. And I know you be getting some unexpected checks sometimes.
Oh yeah.
You get them. You be like, man, I need, and then a check come in the mail that like, you didn't even anticipate.
But don't you feel like sometimes when you get those checks, you spend it a little faster?
You do. You
so
feel
therefore,
like
exactly.
You do too much. Put that in
it's a bonus. So when you do have a person that, like you said, makes their money, you have to really budget. And if you don't, you could be fucked up. Yeah. So I think him being like, instead of just being a bum on the couch, him being like, I'm gonna go work. I don't see nothing wrong with that.
I get it. Good shout out to him. Shout out to
I see something wrong with the people that tried to take the sneak picture and try to be funny.
That was whack.
Because they probably don't even got a job.
Shut up, man. You have a job too. Your job probably worse than his. Shut
up.
They
probably don't have one. I'm telling you,
things like that.
They try to be rude, but actually, in retrospect, it all helped him out.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because
I said that when I first saw it. Like, he gonna blow up from this. This gonna make him more money than he ever made in his career.
I'll tell you one thing. If Tyler Perry gonna put me in a movie, I'm about to apply. Yes.
I don't know if it's gonna work the same.
Plenty of roles.
He's good. I used to be on Love and Hip Hop.
He's only on one season.
Some of them bitches still work at Trader Joe's, so I guess that don't count.
I know.
Oh, sorry.
Now, have you ever had somebody do something? Don't listen to her. Have you ever had somebody do something inappropriate to you at a weird time and it caught you off guard? Like I was looking at Aretha's funeral, right? And when the Reverend was like groping Ariana Grande,
I felt so bad. And
she didn't know what to do.
Many things in that moment.
And he has since kind of apologized, but not really, because there was no reason to ever do anything like that.
I don't know. I grew up in church. You kind of block it out. It's not like it's what happens if you're little. Like, you're gonna get one inappropriate member that grabs you and you're not thinking anything of it when they're grabbing you, but his hand's a little too low.
I think you're right.
It's in the wrong place, and you're not like, you're just like, oh, this is
awkward,
whoever, but you're just like, oh,
creepy reverend.
This is weird.
Yeah.
You know, it was so many things wrong with that entire block.
Right.
But like, I feel all of it is overshadowed if her family weren't happy with everything that happened.
And they wasn't.
You know, and they weren't.
Yeah,
and so that's more what I'm paying attention to. Like,
right.
the fact that her family has to come out and do press releases like, yo, you gotta shut the fuck up. That was terrible. Can we just give our matriarch some respect here, please?
Yeah,
and everyone just chill the fuck out.
They didn't agree with her eulogy.
Yeah,
and my mother passed away last year, and I didn't agree with her eulogy there. Y'all were at my mother's funeral.
We were at that. I was like, what is
I
that?
don't know what that man was
talking
talking about.
They had the same pastor.
That's what they felt like.
I'm not trying to be funny.
He was showing out because it was packed in the church.
Yeah.
So he was like, this is my time to shine.
He was talking about Gucci bags.
Listen, I don't know what that man was talking about at my mother's funeral, so I can sympathize with them because for all of that, we could have just did something different.
Yeah.
We could have had a whole different, itinerary for the actual funeral. And
I got a lot of deacons in my family.
We weren't satisfied with it either, so I can sympathize with her family and what they're going through. For sure.
I'm just like, if there's a time and a place, and when someone who's meant so much to so many people is leaving the earth, you know, your grandmother, Aretha, your mother,
my mother,
sorry, your mother, Aretha, like it's. Like, there's a time and a place. This is not the place to grandstand. Anybody, just do your literal best. And if your literal best...
It's not about you.
Yeah, this wasn't his time to... And I know apparently he was a pastor that had done her dad's... Who's performed at her dad's... I don't know all the facts, I'm not going to read. But, like, he'd been in the family. I just... This is just not your time, bro.
Right.
This is not the space for that. Do an online sermon for that. Speak your mind in that space, but give the family the respect that they asked for. They respected you in a space to come up and say something great, you know, and to kind of sum up her life.
Right. And everybody's watching, by the way.
And the world is watching. This is your opinion. This has nothing to do with her. She raised 4 children on her own.
Come on.
4 sons. That made me, I stayed off the tweets. I was in Toronto watching it in between meeting fans for Steven Universe, like, let me stay off the tweets for a second. Hold on a second. Because if I start going in, like, what the? It's not going to make a physical difference while he's doing it. But it just, like this, sometimes it's not about you.
Right.
You know?
Now let's talk about you for a second, Estelle.
Because it's about you.
This is about you right now. Do you think that sexually you've gotten better as you get older?
I think so. Yes.
She like,
absolutely,
I got it.
Yes. I mean, you learn things, you get taught things, and then you experiment. It's a good thing.
When you say experiment, like I always be thinking, like, what is there left to experiment with now? Like, what have I not done?
Anal.
That I haven't.
Well, we already, anal's a clear, obvious one.
I'm a scary cat with that.
Yeah, me too.
Like, I'm nervous.
Capricorns don't like things in their butt.
That's funny because I don't mind it. I'll take a
signs don't line up.
I read so many horror stories about like what happens afterwards. I read one girl was like, yeah, I was fine. I thought I was good. And then I went to my boyfriend's house and then I knocked on the door and I had to go to the bathroom and it just came out.
What? It'll just
like,
drop out of you.
No.
And we just read about the guy that had a
we call
28-inch thing stuck in his butt.
Now that's disgusting.
God.
Yeah, they had to like make a contraption to get it out.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
They had to design a contraption.
That's special.
That's
all right, but okay,
special.
so experimenting. Like, what have you experimented with?
Oh my goodness. I'm pretty tame. Oh my God.
So then you have a lot to do.
I feel like I got a lot to do, but like I feel like I'm good either way.
Like you dress up.
Yeah,
role play.
Yeah.
You do the role playing thing?
It's fun.
I haven't been able to
I wish you guys could see her touching her butt in the machine.
Yeah.
She's
like, yes, I do.
Something.
I have. And to me, it's funny because it's like, well, what are you gonna do? Like, I don't really do like the like maids or nothing. It turns into like dominatrixy. I got like a whip and
I can see you being a dominatrix.
Wow.
Me too.
She said me too.
You definitely peed on somebody before.
No, I have not.
Because
I haven't.
I was reading that's one of the most common things that people do is like they like to, peeing on someone.
What's the joy in that? Like, have you peed on someone?
I've never. Somebody asked me to though. It was like a coworker at my old job. I don't even know
How was you supposed to come to work the next day and work with?
Because I had a show called Lip Service, and people think I say anything.
I'm like, how do you even ask you? How did he
was
ask
like, my wife won't pee on me. And have you ever peed on anyone? I was like, no. He was like, yeah, I really just want to he was trying to get me to agree to do this. He didn't offer me money though.
I peed on someone before.
See?
It took me long. It took me long because I can't pee in front of
What was going through your mind?
Like I was really drunk as fuck, and that's the only
She had
way.
to pee.
Yeah, because even if say
Kelly.
I'm when I lived,
It's on the way out.
I lived with my boyfriend at the time, and I couldn't pee. Like say he would come in the bathroom, I couldn't pee when he walks in the bathroom. He had to leave. I got to close the door, and then I could pee.
I have.
So it took me
I have
forever.
no qualms, like, bro.
It was fun.
Yeah,
I'm a pee.
So you peed on him?
Yeah, he had to lay down kind of like in the shower. We was in the shower.
He laid down in the shower?
He kind of laid down a little
What
bit.
kind of
And
picture
I
is this?
What did he do? Like, how was
can
his
we
whole...
really pee on them other than that?
And so you peed on
Yeah,
where
it's true.
his
It's
chest
kinda
or
true.
what?
Yeah, it was like his chest, but like it was like only a little bit because I still like couldn't get it all out. I was like, oh my god, I
bet
can't.
now you wish you would have shitted on him.
Oh yeah,
Looking back at it.
Wait, hold on. What was his reaction to it? Like, what,
probably. No, he wanted me to do. He asked me to do it for
Like, but
so
did he get
long.
like? Did he like? Did he get horny? Did he
We
bust?
started
Like, what?
laughing.
Did he have an
'cause we were
erection?
drunk.
Did he have an erection?
Listen, I didn't even look at none of that. I was laughing. I was fucked up. I was like, it wasn't sexy. It wasn't none of that.
It's just like, oh, we
it
did
was
it.
like funny. Yeah,
Would you
like,
do it
we
again?
did it. Yeah, if I could pee. Like, I just wish I could pee.
Have another sangria. You gonna pee on someone today?
I'll pee on you. You
No, you're not.
Someone did ask me to suck
Talk
their
about a
toes one
yippee.
time.
Somebody asked you to suck their
Oh my
toes?
God.
Like, it's not gonna happen, bro.
Did he ask you? I don't think you can ask someone that.
Wiggled his toes, and I was like, no.
Did he have nice feet?
No. And that's the part, like, bruh, I don't have the nicest feet in the world. Like, I tell the world that now. I don't like my feet. But, like, I'm not ever going to do that to a whole dude.
What if they were nice and
What if he had
clean
nice-
looking
yeah.
and they look?
No man's feet are ever nice and clean looking. Like, bruh, I don't care.
Never?
I think there's guys with nice
L'Oreal dated
feet.
somebody
guys
with
who have
awful
nice
feet.
Oh my God, disgusting. I didn't know his feet were so bad because he always used to wear socks. But then I guess he got comfortable with me once we got in a relationship.
off.
When I tell you, like, my whole stomach would turn, like vomit. Even now that I'm thinking about it, it's the most nasty
Your
shit
face
ever.
is red.
I'm disgusted. I'm disgusted with this nigga. Whoever's fucking him now is a
What if he put his toe in
nasty.
your pussy?
my pussy would probably fall off.
Look at faces.
It was like black. No, like this was
He had like a
different.
black fungus.
My
toe.
nigga, it was gross. Like, no.
And a big
over.
thick nail.
I wish I had
You're
a
gonna give
picture
you
to show
syphilis.
y'all. Nah, that's a nightmare.
Ew.
Tonight
That
I
just
can't
made my
sleep.
stomach hurt.
No, it's nasty. He was a nasty ass nigga. for
Gigi,
that.
you suck toes.
I have not had a toe in my mouth.
You haven't?
I have not
I'm
had
shocked
a
at
toe
you.
in my mouth. I have not.
But
I've had a
would
lot
you?
of things in my mouth, but not a toe.
Like what?
A lot of things in my
Like
mouth.
what?
I love it.
I mean, just other body parts.
Like what? What body parts are weird?
Yeah.
Assholes.
Okay.
That's the weirdest body
So
part.
you
to
don't
have
suck
in
an
your mouth.
asshole before a toe?
Absolutely. I've done it.
I think a toe is less.
Love it. Absolutely. Yes, for sure.
Estelle,
I mean, that's what I've done.
You would too?
I have to be
Asshole or toe?
Pick one.
No, you know what?
You gotta pick one.
Let me get there and I'll call back in.
No, you have to pick one right now. Is it an asshole?
Take another
Both
sip.
are clean.
It's a sangria.
Fresh out
Yeah,
the shower.
This
It's
is
a
fresh out
sangria.
the shower.
Fresh out the shower.
It's a sangria as well.
No, so you can't pick between an asshole and a toe?
That straw shaped like an asshole.
I just
sorry,
start
I
thinking
wanted
of
to
what
pick a
a
toe.
asshole look like, and I'm just like, oh. And then I think about toes. I'm like, oh. So it's like,
I can't believe you guys are putting assholes and toes on the same plane.
Well, I'm
you put them on the same
disgusting.
place.
Because it's not. It shouldn't be that hard of a decision. I would pick a toe over an asshole.
I don't know, man. Just neither.
You would too, Gigi?
No.
You would pick.
I
Oh yeah,
haven't.
you pick. L'Oreal.
I'm disgusting, so I've done
Listen,
everything.
I could have sucked the toe if I wanted to. You know what happened? The girl that we was having a threesome with, I made her do it.
Okay.
Oh, there you go.
She sucked his toes.
But see, is this
So
fresh out
by
the...
community, we sucked his toe.
Shit, I didn't
There you
suck.
go.
No,
Y'all did. And then you kissed her.
I ain't kissed that bitch.
She said no.
I kissed him.
L'Oreal
Nothing to do
has
with
sucked
me.
a guy's toe
I
and his
sucked-
asshole at the same time.
Damn, L'Oreal.
Stupid.
I only have one
He was up here
tongue.
like this. Like, wait a
I
minute.
wish I had two.
Wait.
No. I only have one tongue. No, but you know, I've been in the shower. I mean, not shower, the bathtub with my ex or whatever.
The guy
and
you
I
peed
did
on.
it. Yeah, the same guy beat on. And I
that
did
was
it
fun. That was all.
Yeah, we had a great relationship. We had a great run. You know? But his feet were nice, and we were in the tub. So I would never, like, if a guy was like, and he's the only person I ever did it to. But like, it would never be like a guy on the bed walked from the. That's nasty.
Right.
Like shit on the floor. I got a dog, so dog hair.
I mean, I could hit some mean ankle. I
think it's an ankle.
That's about as far as I can go.
If you get that far, that's kind of like kissing balls.
That's the end.
You got to suck a dick after that. you can hit
sometimes the balls is all that's needed. We're good to go.
You a tease, I see it.
Absolutely. Here we go.
So what other experimenting would you say you've done, Estelle, since you said you experiment?
Estelle's over us.
We want to hear more.
Let me think now.
Toys?
Yes. I've done toys. Again, no anal.
Is that self-love or with a man?
Both.
Okay.
It's fun.
I've never done toys with a man.
It's the awkwardest shit in the world doing toys with a guy, though. Because you're like, he's looking at you trying to see if you're like into
know what you're doing.
And you're like,
Like what kind of toys?
Like your face is like you're like into it, and you're like, all right, I have to shut my eyes and block the fact that you're staring down my face, looking at me. Do this.
I always feel like sex is weird when guys are like looking at you when at certain times.
No,
like when they eat your pussy and they're like looking at you.
Yeah, make a face.
Like don't look at me.
Look down. Look down.
Yeah.
Like,
That's the best part. What's wrong with y'all?
I have to just be in it with a person though. Like on some like I can maintain eye contact with you during this entire moment. Like I must really either love you or just be super drunk and like all the inhibitions are somewhere the fuck else.
So you don't look at a guy during head? Like when you're giving him head, you don't look up?
Not really, no.
Really?
I don't really want to make eye contact.
I look up.
Not for a long extended time.
Yeah, you're just. You can
I like to see the eyes in the back of their head. Like that's what you're supposed to look
No,
like.
you know what's weird? I always like to look at their feet.
Here we
But
go.
you won't suck them.
You won't suck them, right? Another tease.
You won't suck it though. You gonna suck it or not?
Now they
go
toes
crazy.
and
They toes be going crazy.
For some reason, I'm picturing.
They be gang signing with their toes and shit.
what up, blood?
I'm picturing Estelle sucking toes and looking at guys.
Sucking toes, looking at
You gotta close your eyes when you do some shit like that because you know you nasty.
Make it eye
like, fuck, I
contact.
can't even look at myself.
I don't suck toes, guys. I don't suck toes.
You ever use toys on a guy?
No, I haven't.
Like not a cock ring or nothing?
Oh yeah, one time, yeah.
So you just lied to us. I don't know if we could trust you.
I thought like
A dildo up his ass.
Yeah, I would do
Right,
it.
that's what you think when you say toys
But
on
when
a
you
guy.
say that, yeah, cock ring for sure. Yeah, that was.
I've never tried that. I would though.
It was
No.
It was alright. It
Really?
wasn't amazing.
Did y'all hear about that new thing, the pearl that guys are doing?
Were they getting an implant in their dick?
Yeah, so they're putting like a pearl on the tip of their dick, like they cut an
underneath the
incision and you put it under the skin. So it has to be like a ball. And what it does is it like rubs the clit while it's going in.
Now that's
So,
dedication.
some guys are doing it by themselves. I feel like their dicks are gonna fall off in like a few years. Like implants. Like
No, I don't think that's good. Plus, it'll look like a big herpy bump.
Yeah.
that's exactly what it probably looks like, no? I didn't think about that. But supposedly they're like it like for a woman, for us, like it like does wonders.
So does tongues. So
Like so 6
Let's
of
just
one.
stick
Like,
to
what
that.
do you
Yeah,
know?
I don't know.
We don't need an extra pearl
button.
implant.
I don't want a button.
What about some things that you haven't done that you're like, I can't wait to try this?
Oh God. I don't know. I might suggest some shit. Tell me, because I'm just thinking.
Threesome.
Oh, I haven't done that.
I'm surprised.
I haven't done that. It might be interesting. I'm just a weirdo, though. I'm a weirdo. No. Let me not say that because that's like.
What do you mean?
Yeah, why you say you're a weirdo?
Okay. I'm trying to think.
What's weird about that?
I'm trying to think how to explain this. I'm definitely a one girl, woman kind of thing. One guy, woman.
Oh, wow.
Okay, I was like,
She just came out.
I'm a one girl. I'm a one guy girl.
Okay.
Kind of thing. And so to me, it's like, I feel like in the back of my soul, I'd be like, now I gotta like fucking do backflips and shit. Like I gotta do all these things to like.
What if he just
Be
wants
in
to
the
watch
moment?
you too?
You know, no, I'm alright. I don't know. I've never been in it. I've never done it. I don't know how it goes. I don't know what the whole scenario would entail. So
Have you ever kissed a girl before?
no.
No? Estelle, I feel like you're being...
I feel like Estelle...
I really haven't.
I've always felt like you're very sexually free.
I am, but I'm not.
Look.
I'm a full supporter, but I am very like...
She said, girl, 10. No? I'm joking.
No. No, I'm a supporter. I'm like, everyone do your thing, but I haven't. So it's a strange, and in this day, I guess it's strange. But like, I fully support anyone who does.
Right. Do you ever sing in bed?
Sing? No.
To the dick?
That's weird.
Sing to the dick.
You never serenaded a dick?
Strangest shit.
Sing to the dick.
That's strange.
Lil Mo said she sings
Love
to
is
the
cock.
dick.
Lil Mo said she sings to the penis? Okay, wow. Shout out to you, Lil Mo.
Do you think that would be weird though? Because I talked to a guy before that was a singer, and he used to sing like
sing
all the
pussy?
time. Like,
you sing to the pussy?
no, like in the bed, and he'll be just making up a song.
I'm about to eat you.
And you're like,
no.
but it used to sound good, so I didn't really care.
I'm a weirdo about singing in front of people, like practicing in front of dudes I'm with. Because I like to, like, when I'm home, I like to be home and switch off a bit. So, like, if I go practice singing in my house, I'm like, I want to sing in front of this nigga.
Right. Crazy.
You never pretended his dick was a mic and been like, okay.
So I thank you.
No. I've never done that ever. That's strange.
For making me a woman.
No. Hell no. It's weird. I think I might do it one day just for shit.
Yeah, you got to.
I think you have to. If I had that ability, I'd be singing on that dick all the time.
You would.
Love is Cock Volumes 1
Oh
and 2.
my God. It's going to be a whole remix. Love is Cock. Love is Cock. Oh my God.
You ever thought of a song while you were in bed with somebody, like in the middle of sex, it was so good, you wanted to like...
Afterwards.
Yeah.
Afterwards, for sure. Like, I've definitely been inspired a couple of times by some good dick. Make her say.
Oh, make her say. Yes. That's the song that I did the little promo dance for.
That's right. There we go.
Let's see it, G.
I have it.
No, I'm
She's like, I actually have it right here.
I'm gonna repost it.
Live in person.
She did full out, like she did a whole routine for us for that when we did the when we were doing Make Her Say, and I was just like, I just need a lesson, goddammit. Amazing, thank you. I appreciate that. I do.
All right, so where's the best place would you say to have sex? In the pool, in the ocean, in the sand,
I
or
had
in
sex
the
in
bedroom?
a pool before. That was fun. It was not like a pool. It was like a hot tub.
Except your water keeps dripping out later on.
Oh my
Drip, drip.
God.
Yeah.
Dripping. Just
Drip, drip.
everywhere. And it wasn't like for long. It was just like a few pumps. It was like, okay, this is where this going to work.
Yeah, then you got to kind of
Let's go
step
in the
up
room.
because your kids
kids
feel
in
it.
there.
Yeah, you don't feel it so well.
Just the thrill is gone. Let's go around. That was fun. And then ocean, because I'm the sand and shit.
Right.
I don't know what to do. Like, I'm a weirdo. Okay.
What?
I'm a weirdo.
No,
I just don't like sand all in my bits and my stuff.
No one likes
There's
that.
nothing weird about that.
Sand in there.
Yeah, there was a group. Was it H-Town or something? Sex on the Beach way back in the day.
Sex on the beach.
So in the back of my brain, I was
It
like,
sounds good.
It does.
Mhm.
I was always like, I want to do
Overrated.
that one time in my life when I'm an adult and shit. And I did it, and I was like, this is terrible. There was sand everywhere for days.
Because I even feel like for your new album, I envision sex on the beach.
Yeah, I'm gonna probably get cussed out by people because of the fact that they feel like they're gonna go and fuck on the beach.
Oh, yes.
You gotta put a towel down. That's all.
You just can't let
like
your
even
in
it
hands.
can't be
there,
in the sand.
it got to
gets
get in
there.
there.
You don't
Yeah.
want sand in your pussy.
Let me tell you
It sounds
something.
painful.
Even when you go to the beach, sometimes you come back and you're like, "Fuck, I got sand everywhere."
Right, coming out your
Yeah.
butt.
So
You're like, how does it even
fucking-
happen?
yeah.
It finds its way into your suitcase, and you're just like, what the
That's
fuck?
very
Like,
true.
so
It'd be
imagine-
everywhere.
Yeah.
So it'd be
That's
in all kind of
horrible.
crevices.
It's in
You
my
don't want
fucking
that.
hair.
What about in the bathtub?
No, I tried
I've never
it.
been a big fan of that either. Sex in the bathtub.
Surfboard.
I've had one good sexual experience in the bathtub, but then I tried to do it again and it was whack. So.
Right.
It's like shit.
You gotta be drunk.
You know what's good? You know how some showers have that little bench?
Yes.
Yeah.
That's good. That's when the water and the
Yeah.
stuff could go
The
together.
shower's better than the bathtub, I would
Absolutely.
say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because you don't want to
The
be
bathtub, you be slipping, somebody gonna die. Like,
I get sleepy when I get in the bathtub. So if you've got me in there for like 20 minutes before or 10 minutes before, I'm asleep.
right.
So don't jump in and feel like anything's about to happen. Like, I'm about to be like, cuddle, come cuddle.
Aw.
Just lay down to sleep now.
If that temperature ain't right, I get so uncomfortable in the bathtub. I either feel like I'm gonna pass out.
Yeah, that's the worst.
or-
It's too hot.
Or too cold.
I'm dying.
You gotta be careful in that shit.
All right, so last thing before we let you go. A sex menu, right? If you had to have a menu of what would be on the, on possible things on the plate for a night with Estelle.
Oh, Jesus.
With your boo.
Oh, Jesus.
What would be on the menu?
What, like sex? Like
things that you do that you're good at, that you're good enough to put on the menu.
Oh, Jesus. I feel like definitely, of course. No, I'm trying to think of like things outside of what
you said, of course. So there's something you got a special.
She said, of course, doggy style.
What I do like you.
Not for nothing, but you know you got that mouth on you.
I was gonna say.
I was waiting to hear.
I was waiting for that one.
Okay.
We know about that mouth you got.
So that's the main course.
What that mouth do? She said, of course, but she didn't want to keep going.
No, like I'm pretty much wherever goes in the bed. I'm just not like I don't know. I just feel like I'm an open person. Like what you feel like doing, bruh? You know, kind of thing. What you feel like doing, sir? Like, babe, what you feel like doing? Like, kind of, like, what you feel like doing? And if it's not anal, I'm pretty much up for it.
So,
and no sucking toes.
And no toes and no hoes.
No toes.
No toes, no hoes.
No hoes.
No hoes, no toes.
No holes, no toes.
No other holes.
Those things like that. Those 3 in a row, and then anything else I'm pretty much good with.
Okay.
All right, so make your menu, though, because these are like Estelle's specialties.
Oh, Jesus.
So this is like the special...
Hey,
Right. Head and mohead. Mohead and head.
So head is up there. What else?
Head gonna be 3 times back.
Are you better at riding or doggy style or missionary?
I don't know. Shit. Hold up.
out of the three, what's your
What do you
favorite?
prefer?
I'm a lazy Capricorn. I like missionary.
Missionary.
No, I like doggy style. I do.
Okay.
Yeah.
I like doggy style.
She's
I really do.
a beast. All right, what else?
It's awesome. It's awesome.
What else is on the menu?
I like
Spanking?
Yes. Spanking
Choking?
is wonderful. Choking I could do with it. Just depends on who, because some guys get like way too much with it. Like
Don't I always say this?
Right. You're like, I need these vocal cords.
that part. I need my throat.
You're like,
Hold
sit
on.
down.
My throat. You can shove your dick down there, but you can't choke
Trust you here. You ain't gonna do all of that. I don't need no marks on here, and I don't need you to like crush something by mistake. Fuck that. Slow down.
But you don't mind being spanked.
I like being spanked, actually.
Okay, you like it.
I think it's a good thing. Like, yes.
All right, and can he tell, like, what does he say to you when he's spanking you?
All right, he just can't say corny shit. I had this.
You've been naughty.
That's the part. Don't
You're a
speak in
naughty
the English
little
accent.
girl.
Don't you do it. Don't you dare say
That would be
anything.
awful.
Oh my Lord, I've had it. It's terrible. Please don't never do it no more.
You know that guy tried to talk to you with it.
Oh Jesus!
Just
it's
in
terrible.
the bed or just like real?
That would really make me mad.
That's terrible.
That would piss me off.
That's
That would
the worst part.
That would Sahara desert me so fast.
Oh, quickly.
I would drive right up.
Quickly.
Why would they choose
Like,
Ben to
you've
try
been
to be
a
funny?
naughty girl.
No, they feel like I don't even know what the motivation is. It's like,
So this has happened more than once.
oh
obviously.
Jesus! And one was like with a very English guy, so it made it even worse. Like, all right, I know this is your natural accent. Shh. Be quiet. Be quiet. Be quiet. And then the other thing is, don't ask me to call you daddy. It's weird
They like
coming
that.
out of my face. It's weird coming out.
I
of
don't
my
call
face.
anybody daddy either.
I don't.
No papi, no daddy.
No papi, no
I
daddy.
say daddy.
I ain't doing
She
that.
does. She got daddy issues.
I'm like,
Maybe.
she said I might with it.
I'm like,
it's
I
just-
definitely say
It came in my face one weird time, and I was like, "That's weird, huh?" It was in the middle of having sex. It was like, "Yes, okay, I want to say it again. Keep going, keep going."
daddy.
It's
Nah,
strange.
I
It's
think if
strange.
somebody fucking you, right, you call them whatever the fuck they asked you to call them.
Ooh, what if he called you daddy?
Whatever.
See,
If
you
you
know what?
fucking me, right, and you gotta
Call you daddy?
Well, Puff calls everybody daddy, right?
I don't know what he does.
Good night, guys. Good night. I'm just not calling anyone daddy. It's not. That's weird.
Okay,
That's strange.
fair enough.
Yeah, that's.
And in the end, the other thing, like, I don't like to be called a bitch.
I was gonna ask that. What if they call you a whore, a slut, or
Nah, I'm good.
none of that?
I'm straight.
What if the dick is so good though?
Yes, bitch, fuck it up.
I mean, it's a different road. No, I mean, well, I don't. Nah, he's not gonna say yes, bitch. Fuck it. Like, bruh.
I would hope not. He would probably be gay.
Like, right. Okay, wait a minute. Hold on.
I was just testing you.
Right. Hold on a
Yes,
second.
bitch. Fuck
Yes.
I
it
know he didn't
up.
say that. I don't know about that.
I'm gonna go get my toys.
Yeah, but like,
Let me go grab that. Get the strap.
get the
Have you
strap.
ever had a guy say something wrong to you in bed while he's having sex with you, but he didn't mean to say it, but he said it wrong? Like,
I love you.
no, not that.
You know
Had
what?
that. Had that before, and then didn't mean it.
Yeah.
No, my worst
He
thing
meant
a
it at
guy
the
ever
moment.
say
He meant
is
it at
like,
the moment.
That's nice. Don't say shit.
He love that pussy.
yourself.
don't ask me if it's yours because I'm not going to answer.
That part.
But what if he said something by accident, like, I love this dick?
She said,
and
I'm not
like,
yeah, I'm a moan.
She said,
That's always my answer to is this pussy mine? I moan.
You just moan, right?
Yeah,
what you think?
Yes or no?
Look, what you think?
That's
Mine,
a trick question.
Does it feel like it's yours?
Does it?
That's when you answer a question with a question.
That's like a whole sentence.
I don't know. Are you on your period too?
Good night.
Are you cramping?
Good night.
We gonna get beat up.
Are you cramping?
Well, Estelle, Lovers Rock, we're so happy that you put out an album. It's been a minute.
It has. I'll take my time.
Yeah.
I'll take my time.
You going on tour?
Yeah, we'll be out on the road next year in February.
Mm-hmm.
So like we put it out this year. We got a bunch of dates happening before the end of the year, and then we'll do a full out tour in February.
Nice.
Feels good though, right?
Yeah, I know.
And I love the fact that it is Caribbean inspired.
Yeah, it's West Indian, it's African, it's soca, it's reggae, it's dancehall. It kind of had to go back to my roots because Lovers Rock is a reggae genre, and it's part of the reggae genre, and B, it's kind of like the era that I was born and raised in, and that's what it was. And then like I started making this album around the time of the last album, kind of unknowingly, and it kind of just felt good. You know, every time I recorded a reggae song or anything other than R&B or hip hop, it was like, oh, this feels so good. And then my team were just like, so you want to just go ahead and give us this album? Then please, thank you, appreciate it. And I was like, bet.
A little Afro beats, a little soca, a little dance hall.
Yeah, and then like, you know, it's to me, it's just like it was important to do it and kind of honor my mom and my dad, especially because like I said, their marriage and everything they done kind of changes my perspective on love and relationships. Period. You know what I mean? So I'm just happy to be able to do it. They like it, they love it, they're into it. My dad loves So Easy. That's his favorite record. I feel like I did the right thing.
Oh, that's good.
Like it's a good vibe. Yeah.
Well, what have you learned now about what you want moving forward for yourself?
Shit, I don't want men that are not supposed to be for me. I don't want no damn water signs or air signs. No, I'm. It's like, you know, it just gave me a whole blank slate. You know, actually believe in marriage and love. You know, and doing it on your terms and the way you want it. I'm seeing I get to like tap into my mum for a different perspective on how to be now that she's married to someone she's with and she loves, I should say. And it to me, it's just like a whole new person, like learning my mum anew and then learning myself in a different way. Like, oh, so I don't have to wake up at the crack of dawn and make all his food and be a complete slave all the time. Oh, you know what I mean? Interesting.
You don't even have time for that.
But I would make the time. Because that was my way of showing love to somebody that I was with, and it was terrible.
And I think it's great
myself.
if you do that sometimes, and then he do that too sometimes.
I mean, I'm with the reciprocal.
Right.
I would say I want reciprocal and then not do it, not give him a chance to be reciprocal. Now I'm like, reciprocate all day, bro. Come on. Everything you want to do.
Bring it back.
I'm hungry.
Come on, I'm hungry. I didn't eat this
You got
morning.
a bell now.
I
was
do.
working.
I literally
You have a bell?
Really?
I have a text.
How did I know?
I need
Look.
and I don't feel bad about it, and I don't feel like a waste chick. I don't feel like I don't look at. I have I'm just open. I'm just like, I'm not judgy as much as I used to be with anyone or anything, and even myself. I've forgiven myself a bunch, and you know, I just let it be what it needs to be, and I'm doing what needs to be done for me.
That's dope.
I'm so happy.
Yay. Well, I'm happy that you're happy.
Great energy.
Yes, thank you, Estelle. We appreciate you.
Now I feel like I got things to do. Like, I'm like,
got some
wait,
things
I
to
just
do,
have some
girl.
things to do. It looks at me like, so no, ain't no bet. Okay.
I know that. I feel like that husband is coming.
I hope so.
I know that much with that energy you got. You
hope
going,
so.
As soon as
girl.
you suck that toe, it's over.
I'm not
That's all you gotta do. Kiss a hoe and suck a toe.
I'm not doing either of these things in life in general.
Don't listen to her.
You ever like do a striptease?
Yeah, It's awkward because I feel like I'm performing,
Right.
And I start laughing halfway through.
Yeah, that's weird.
But that's kind of fun.
It's weird to me. Yeah.
But this is why I say like I feel like I need a lesson because I'm just
got you,
like,
girl.
Gigi got
'Cause I'm
you.
like,
Gigi, you should give all of us a lesson.
Yeah,
Gigi like
Y'all
to
wanna
dance.
go right now?
She like to dance for her man.
Yeah, we need a lesson.
Shut up, Envy.
She like to dance for her man.
Because that do feel awkward. All those things feel awkward. Like getting in lingerie.
yeah. You put the whole thing on, you're like,
awkward
funny.
to
I gotta
me.
take this off. Like,
Because then you like, I'll put it on and then get under the covers.
right?
Yeah, how do you come out like ta-da?
Ta-da!
Listen, you got to have confidence.
And then you
Confidence
can't wear the
is
same thing
sexy.
twice, right?
Right.
Why can't you? Especially if he like it.
He already seen it.
Really? Yeah. It's like
feel
an
like-
Instagram picture.
I feel like I'm performing, like I'm on stage, so I'm just like I'm halfway laughing, like, but I'm not gonna sing.
Listen, once
I'm here.
you've gone through a couple of times in a couple of outfits, and he say, "Oh, I like the white one," wear that, then you can wear it again.
So okay.
I had to get some outfits, some more outfits. All right, what?
But like, I tell you what, I'm gonna turn your wife beater into something sexy.
Cut out the nipple. Cut both of the nipples out.
So
Make it a crop top.
All right, we're gonna get our lessons on.
Okay.
Not a crop top.
Well, thank you, Estelle. Next time when you are dating somebody, we're gonna bring both of y'all up and play a dating game.
Oh Lord.
Sing on a date.
We'll be like, what part of the body will Estelle not suck on?
Toes at home.
Operation.
He's gonna be like, well, no.
We'll never know. Okay.
We'll see.
Lip service.